the man was in the middle of committing a murder when someone saw him. The twist? The victim and the witness were the same person. That morning, Amy was calmly applying her makeup when a gunshot suddenly rang out outside. She barely flinched. Her focus? Fixing the smudge on her lipstick. But the killer wasn't done. Another loud bang shattered the quiet, again interrupting Amy's touch-up. Now her curiosity was truly piqued. She walked over and opened the window to look. Across the street, the killer had just finished his crime, still buzzing with adrenaline. The sound of Amy slamming her window shut snapped his attention toward her. Their eyes locked. Both froze, then instantly understood what had just happened. But the man quickly noticed something impossible. The woman staring back at him looked exactly like the body he'd just left on the floor. Amy, realizing she'd just caught a killer in the act, finally panicked. She dropped to the floor, grabbed her things, and bolted for the door. But the killer had already taken one life. There was no way he'd let her escape. He sprinted after her down the stairs. Terrified, Amy flagged down a taxi, yelling at the driver to go now. As the car sped away, she dialed 911, her hands shaking. Only after the dispatcher promised officers were en route did she finally catch her breath. What she didn't notice: another taxi quietly slipped into traffic behind hers. Inside sat the killer. Amy arrived at a nightclub. She was one of the star performers there, a top-tier exotic dancer. The killer followed, but paused at the entrance when he saw two people inside. He waited, watching. Just as he prepared to move in, only the club's owner was at the door. Assuming he was a customer, she warmly ushered him in. Immediately, dancers in sleek latex outfits swarmed him, flirting and posing. At first, he stayed focused, but the atmosphere quickly pulled him in. Soon, he was completely distracted, even forgetting why he'd come. Meanwhile, Amy took the stage. Dressed in a revealing outfit, she began her routine, confident, magnetic. But as the music pulsed and the crowd leaned in, her eyes locked onto one face in the crowd. The killer. She froze. Then, without another thought, she dashed off stage and raced to the back room. Panicked, she snatched the club owner's handgun for protection. But as she turned the corner, she ran straight into the killer. Both jumped back in shock. Amy reacted first, hurling everything in her arms at him, then sprinted down the fire escape like her life depended on it. And it did. He chased her through the streets. At one point, he even tried to calm her down, to talk. But she was too terrified to listen. He'd been hunting her for blocks, why would she trust a word he said? Desperate and cornered, Amy ducked into an apartment building. She yanked at doorknobs, one after another, until one finally gave way. She slipped inside and hid. But it wasn't long before the killer found her. He turned the knob and walked right in. Now, Amy was truly trapped. He tried again to reason with her, let's just talk. But she stood there, gun trembling in her hands, eyes wide with fear. He lunged, not to hurt her, but to disarm her. In the struggle, the gun went off. Chaos erupted. Silence fell only after what felt like forever. And when the dust settled, Amy was still standing. The big, strong man lay motionless on the floor, beaten by the woman he'd hunted. Breathing hard, Amy lowered the gun, then froze. Across the hallway, someone was watching, and that